Yeah.
Did you DM her?
Yeah, I did.
Troy and Jeff, what's up, man?
What's up,
Hey,
y'all?
hey, bro, how's
I'm
it
trying
going?
to use a new mic, but that shit ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, your mic situation is crazy. You guys, we are live with the Town Hall After Dark. And yeah, and all I can say is sit back, relax, and get ready for some titillating conversation. We're gonna get dirty so you don't have to. And I'm excited about covering tonight's topic, and we're gonna have like a broad overview of kink, and I'm pretty excited about learning from I don't know everybody tonight, because
I got a question.
yes.
Jeff, and listen, I don't drink, so I've been drinking. Can you have that feeling of a hangover before you go to sleep?
So I have these pills called Cheers. I can show them in a second if you want. They're in my bathroom. They're called Cheers Restore. Just take one. But if you don't have that, just eat a sandwich or drink a big thing of water before you go to sleep, and have a Tylenol. You should be all right.
Yeah.
If you're not going to drinks all the time. There she is.
She was totally worth the wait.
Getting beautified. I'm over here looking like it's after 10 o'clock.
She is beautiful. I like that.
Listen, I cannot be recorded and not look pretty. Like, no.
And there you have it, ladies.
Listen, we're not doing that ugly shenanigans or COVID-19 shenanigans. So, no, ma'am.
Well, y'all, as you can see, we're ready to get at it, and I'm excited to talk tonight about, like I said, we're talking about the big umbrella kink, and we're gonna talk about BDSM and some of everything, and we're gonna get real dirty again, so you don't have to. But if you choose to get dirty, that's on you. That's all I can say. So, Troy, help us out a little bit. Tell us, about kink, the big umbrella that is kink, and what's all involved when we start talking about kink and what that means, and introduce us to what kink is.
Okay, well, just putting it out there, I don't think I involve myself in any practices that can be construed as kink. However, I do believe that people of the kink community have just as big a platform, or they're entitled to just as big a platform as anyone else, vanilla, conservative, whatever the case may be. But when you Google kink, when you do your research on kink, the term really does have a broad definition. Really, it essentially boils down to anything concerning sexual practices, and so even when we talk about what non-traditional is, that can get very subjective, because what's non-traditional to me may not be non-traditional to anybody else on this town hall. But you constantly see references regarding bondage, submission, domination, group sex, so on and so forth. So you begin to see, when you look in different definitions in different arenas as far as what exactly kink is, you begin to see similarities, as far as, certain in certain settings or behaviors. But, when we talk about, just like we said before, a lot of people, if you're like me, if you're around my age group, you grew up watching HBO's Real Sex. And in the 90s, when I was watching Real Sex, and I would see people that look, like people you would see at work or at church or any place, and they're involving themselves in certain sexual behaviors that you just find like, okay, that's not the usual steak and potatoes missionary position that you think, you think this is what sex is supposed to be like. No, you see examples of people who are heavily involved in kink, but they're involving themselves in group sex activities, cuckold activities. Raise your hand if you know what cuckold means.
I can explain it if you don't know.
Go ahead, Alan.
Go for it, man.
It's the vicarious thrill. It's like, usually it's used with race play, but it's like a husband unable to sexually fulfill or satisfy his wife. So usually you get a big buck or someone who's more dominant looking or something, and he watches her have sex with his wife in front of, like, while he's watching, and it's a form of humiliation.
Exactly.
And it's usually someone who's like more like dominant looking or something.
Right. Exactly. So I mean, that's an example. That's an example of kink behavior. You know, typically, you know, when we're younger, we get older, we learn about sex. We envision like one day I'm going to have sex and it's going to be great. We think of the usual, you know, face to face missionary positions, or her on top or doggy style, whatever, but just one on one. And then as you get older, you realize there are certain people that have fantasies that, there's nothing wrong with coloring outside the line. You have people that have fantasies, fetishes, just things that they want to try, things that, we constantly hear spice up the bedroom, which, is kind of a hackneyed expression at this point, but things that really fall out of what's considered the norm or traditional norm regarding what we're expected to do as far as men, what we're expected to do as far as the ladies are concerned as it pertains to sex. I mean, doing something like, okay, this isn't what we're used to doing, but it's fun, it's enjoyable, it's exciting, and people get off on it. So it's very subjective, but when you think of kink, fetish, just think of coloring outside the lines to achieve that big O.
Would breeding?
Well, all right now.
Would breeding be in that category?
Who?
Breeding.
Breeding is just something that a lot of people do that are nasty, but ain't nothing wrong with it.
I don't
What's breeding?
What breeding is.
Wait a minute. I'm lost. What is
breeding?
Raw sex, right? And then orgasming inside a person, like nutting inside a person, right?
No.
Okay, yeah. I have my thing with that. I've only done that once in my life, hence why I think I'm 40 and I don't have any kids. I'm just I don't know what it is. I got a black belt I'm pulling out. But people have talked about coming inside. I was like, I've only done that once, and so because I've only done it once, it's not that big a deal for me because I watch so much porn. I actually get off coming on her. If I'm coming on the woman, that turns me on more than anything. But that's just me. Y'all carry on.
Yeah, that's just you.
Yeah.
I'm shooting the club up.
I don't even know how to follow up with that. I can't. Okay.
Blue truck. Blue truck.
So yeah, wow, y'all dropped something.
That's how the song goes. All of me inside of you. I think that's how the lyrics went. Maybe I'm wrong.
This is why we say black people who survive Black Planet unscathed. This is what we mean.
See, Black Planet's before my time, so
yeah, it was before your time.
You missed out.
Oh, we was all up in Black Planet. Black Planet. I got so many dating horror stories from Black Planet. Man. Black Planet.
Listen,
you can't have horror stories. Like, come on, you of all people, horror stories? Okay.
Yeah.
I just don't see it.
Black Planet was the beginning of the social media era. So
yeah.
Listen, he is right, man. And it was Jeff, you would have loved that time. It was an amazing time in life. That's all I have to say.
Black Planet was wild, man. Everybody was on there. You had athletes, pro athletes on Black Planet. Everybody and their mama was on Black Planet. And you saw Black Planet was as raw probably as it can get before. That was before all of this, these rules about the internet and these sites and stuff. Like you saw everything was hanging out on Black Planet. Like
Black Planet was it got to the point where Black Planet was just too much for me.
Really?
And that's saying something because
that is saying a lot.
That is saying a lot because with Black Planet, I love Black Planet because you could personalize your page, you can put music. Where else are you on? Huh?
Like on MySpace.
Yeah, like that's the reason why I quickly left I left Black Planet in a hurry to get to MySpace. But it got to the point where it became so cliche. When you would see women who their profile picture would be them spread eagle with a thong on. Underneath that would be a picture of their babies, and underneath that would be a Bible scripture.
no lies.
So
It
bad.
was the norm for Black Planet, and so
I mean, isn't that what Facebook is today anyway?
Oh no! I'll take that a step further. Twitter.
Oh, see, I can't
Nah.
mess. I have a Twitter
No.
account and I can't mess with that Twitter.
No,
Twitter,
it was
they
more.
just be out there just straight up porn. They just like whip it out. You see people doing all kinds of.
Twitter's nice, but Black Planet was more like MySpace meets the hood.
I like that. It
That's
was
it.
definitely good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Black Planet definitely took me to certain parts of Georgia that I had never seen before. So yeah, I agree with that assessment 100%.
Yeah, it is. It was. Black Planet was wild, and it was. I would say this. It had some connotations to it. It was Black Planet was definitely hookup culture world. And yeah, I agree with Reginald. Twitter has gotten intense, especially Twitter after dark. Because there is a Twitter after dark, not just Black Twitter. There is a Twitter after dark.
There's a Twitter all day. I'd be waking up to go to work, and I'll be on my phone walking in the office to look up whatever Trump said or something, and the first thing pop up is big old titties or somebody, some woman or some group. I'm just like, I can't even. I'd be scared when someone says, "Oh, did you see this on Twitter?" Or I'm trying to see something on the news or sports, and I'm scared to pull out my phone.
Yeah.
Twitter's nasty, and I literally will tweet, "Okay, y'all chill." But the thing is, people aren't even retweeting porn. If they like it, it pops up.
Mm-hmm. That's all it takes.
Yeah.
Click like on.
I mean, you got to be careful with your cell phone. I mean, I'm the type of person, you know, if someone wants to use my phone or look up something and look up some internet, I'm like, no, don't use my Internet Explorer. Use something else, because I don't know what may pop up. I don't know what scene or what website may pop up. I'm like, no, don't do that.
Keeping it honest, I like it.
But
that's the truth. If there's a lot going on out there, that's all I can tell is some of y'all need to clear y'all
browser history.
I need to do that more often. I got so much bad stuff in my browser history. Yeah.
But Black Planet had a lot of celebs. A lot of celebrities was on Black Planet.
They were. They were. It really was. When I say a lot of celebrities, it really was. It was nothing to run up on an NFL player. It was nothing to run up on an NBA player. Like they were. Oh yeah, they was up in Black Planet. Like
yeah,
it was life. That was real life. Just
everybody
like
knew about Black Planet.
Well, none of these, all of these controls and trying to get to and all of that. No. It was straight up. That's how it was.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you have access to.
There was flued out.
But I think you do have access to everyone with all the social media, you know, today. I mean, it's just if you catch a certain eye, beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
With Black Planet, there was no closing out your DMs. There was no.
Oh yeah,
they didn't have that. No, there was none of that. The whole point was there was no filtering, nothing.
Yeah.
So it was out there. It was like all of this, like Kink and BDSM. Like, listen, it was in your face, like.
Y'all nasty.
Listen, on Black Planet, there'll be a post that say, whatever kind of party in Tampa tonight, and everybody was in Tampa that night.
Yes, that's how Black Planet rolled.
Yep.
How many?
No lie.
Well, do you think that Black? Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead. My bad.
No. Go ahead.
I was just wondering how many babies were conceived. How many Black Planet babies are out there? How many 18, 19-year-old people right now? I'm like, you were conceived because of Black Planet.
And don't even know. Don't even know that they are a product of Black Planet.
You are a Black Planet child.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, everybody had different experiences. I think the straw that broke the camel's back for me and what made me quickly get out of Black Planet is when they had that function where you can go in and see who's visited your page.
No. I mean, you could, these dating apps, you could do that.
Well, yeah. I mean, I know today, yeah, but we're talking about the year 2000, 2001, when I was
Cash Money Records was still doing it for the 99. We was
right, exactly.
We was Master P and all of that. That's
still Master P, but
it's still Master P, yeah.
But no, when it got to the point where you can go and click on something, it can show you like a list of everyone who's visited your page. When I started seeing some of the people who were repeatedly coming to my page, I started getting a little freaked out. I was like, okay, I don't know what it is about what I'm doing that's drawing you every day around the same time, but I got to get out of here.
You posted. That's all.
What'd you say, Jeff?
it's something that you posted that got their attention, or they probably thought you were attractive.
Or your skills got through the women telephone.
That too.
It's a gift and a curse.
Mr. Memory Mauler.
It's a gift and a curse,
I was entry level memory mauler back in 2001. So
See, you're gonna get yourself in trouble, and I'm not saving you this time. Go ahead, Troy. Get her.
Hey, look, it is what it is. I've been addicted to the mams, candy mams, since I was a baby. So it is what it is.
All she has is a robe on.
No, we're on under here. Listen, I have safety guards tonight.
Oh, do you? Because girl, that ain't stopping Troy. I just want to let you know.
We know. He's still got.
He's gonna get at you.
What's the imagination?
He's getting at you. You on his list,
Troy? I got a question.
Horace,
how many babies was born from Freaknik and Daytona?
Yeah, that was my
question. Who probably
don't
even know where their daddy at? Because
probably
that was. You ain't seen them people again.
I have a question about Freaknik. Because I'm not like ATL versed or whatever you want to call it. I don't know if that's the right verbiage. But I kind of think the videos and things that I saw of Freaknik, it scared me.
You didn't see me on those videos, did you?
Huh?
You didn't see me either.
I mean, I wasn't looking that hard.
Okay, good.
Bike Week in South Carolina? Because Bike Week in South Carolina is just like Daytona and Freaknik.
See, and
Bike Week sometime in South Carolina in Myrtle Beach is almost equivalent to Freaknik. Daytona ain't got nothing on it.
But look, so like realistically, how did women in Freaknik end up like just alone and get mobbed by hordes of men and things like it didn't make any sense to me why you would be out by yourself as a female knowing.
First of all, when you go on Freaknik, it's called Freaknik. They went with the full intent.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, why would you be out by yourself as a female? You know, like some of these videos I've seen, these women are walking the street, minding their business. Maybe they are, native to Atlanta or whatever. And they got mobbed and they were naked just instantly, like within 30 seconds, they don't have a shred of clothing on. Mm-hmm. So, and then possibly other things could happen. But I don't really try to watch all that, but I'm just saying, how do you just Freaknik in general? Like, how did that start and what did it look like? The experience. Let me know. Inquiring minds want to know.
I mean, Freaknik, I don't know the full extensive history. You have to Google it. It really started off as something very, somewhat innocuous, something like just a college reunion. And then it just kind of morphed into everybody. I've only participated in one Freaknik, and that was in 98. When I came down here, my freshman year was 97 and 98. And so 98 was like, I don't know if that was the last Freaknik or the second to the last. That was my first one. And I do remember having an awesome time that weekend, but everybody around me, everybody older was saying that was the weakest Freaknik they ever saw with the 98. And I was like, if that was considered weak, I don't think
98 had died out.
Yeah, people were saying 98 Freaknik was so weak. And I'm like, yeah, that was some wild shit. That was some of the things that I saw, even some of the things I did. I'm like, I can't believe this shit is allowed this weekend.
Yeah, but Troy, you forget one thing, like 94 to 99, it was a festival circuit. You had Daytona, you had Orange Crush, you had the Greek Festival in Philly, you had something in South Carolina. So every other couple of weeks, there was something. But you're right. When I went to Freaknik, I didn't like Freaknik personally. I liked the clubs, but I didn't like Freaknik because it wasn't in the water. Daytona, by the water, bathing suits. You had bathing suits and
Forrest just wants to see people half naked. Just tell the truth.
That sounds like
I was a kid then, so yeah.
Let me say this. Even though Atlanta is somewhat landlocked, I promise you, you were talking about bikinis. You definitely have women walk around in bikini-like outfits or even something small.
Remember,
they still do. They be in Piggly Wiggly in Publix up in there.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Still doing that.
I'm definitely sure. It's it doesn't wait for Freaknik. It's still going on.
Atlanta's wild.
Freaknik was so wild that at one point colleges were going to actually they were talking about suspending and actually putting students out if they got caught videoed at Freaknik. That's how wild Freaknik was. Like by 98 Freaknik, when I say by 98 Freaknik was weak,
we know you were there.
Between 94 and I would say 96, Freaknik peaked in like 96, 97. But yeah, because I was at Tuskegee and I'm telling you, they were literally, our administration was like, if you get caught on video at Freaknik, we catch you because it's against it's against school, something in your
image,
student code of conduct and stuff and all of that stuff. They were like, they're gonna put you out, and they were like not playing the radio. So that's how wild and raunchy, because
it was definitely raunchy.
It was just that. It was
everything.
Straight up raunch.
It was raunchy.
And people was like, it was like sex outside. It was exhibitionism.
Oh,
it was all kinds of stuff.
I mean, let's be honest. If it was literally sex outside, it was not uncommon to see.
Yes, it was. It was sex outside.
On broad daylight. And just like somebody, I think somebody made the comment, and I agree. I'm glad back then there were no camera phones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, thank God there was no cell phone. A lot of us would be like, career gone.
Right.
I can't hire you. I saw you.
I did. I'm like, no, it's your word against mine. No proof. It ain't what you know, it's what you can prove.
So Lil Duval posted a picture a couple months ago from the Daytona days because he was the mascot for Daytona. And he had a picture of a lady bent over, and she was showing everything. And the girl said, "Can you please take this down? This is my mama." Y'all don't remember that?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yes. But the thing Troy said was true. It started as a black college reunion.
Yeah.
Where, I mean, it used to be nice, and you got your Deltas, you got your Omegas, and then the dope boys found out about it, and they were selling Cooter Cat. I remember the wildest thing I seen was a dude, Q-Dog, of course, a girl walking down the street. He was like, on the beat, say, "I bet I can make you come." And he just laid down on the sand with a towel. The girl squatted over him.
What?
And she went by 1, 2, 3 and collapsed. So, hey, if I ever seen that brother come out my house, I'm shooting the shit out of
him. Again,
on the beat.
Insecure much.
That
Listen, you start talking about Kink, you talking about exhibitionism. That's the kind of stuff back in the day. And when we talk about Black Planet just took a lot of this stuff, and from city to city, that's where it was hidden. And if you can make it, you can make it. It was just wild. So Freaknik, like I said, by 96, 97, Freaknik was played out. It won't hit no more. So people was going to Myrtle Beach to Bike Week. So that's when Bike Week in Myrtle Beach started popping off. And of course, in Florida, you got, of course, like Horace said, Daytona Beach.
Yeah.
You got all of this different stuff where people like, it was, thank God there was no cell phones and stuff, because it's all kinds. It was enough.
And then don't forget Hallover Beach in Miami.
I was about to say that.
No, that is a nude beach. We have lots of nude beaches down here.
I know.
And Hallover Beach is one of them.
I went not knowing.
Oh, bless your heart.
We got tricked. We were at a restaurant. Some white guy was downstairs in the hotel. I'm not gonna get the details of what he was into. We didn't know. So he was like, "Yeah, y'all should go to Hallover Beach. It's fun. Go to section 21 to 35." I said, "Okay." Yeah.
Very specific.
What's up?
When people get specific like that with you in Florida, don't do that. Don't
listen. Y'all talk about Daytona. Memorial Day in Miami, South Beach is still that thing.
Yes, it is.
All week.
No, I couldn't. I'm too saved. I can't go there.
Oh, please.
You Baptist. Troy.
You know what, Troy? Don't make me put you out there, because that stuff you was saying the other day.
Oh,
that was all. Hey, that was all scripture. That's all it was.
Oh, that was scriptures.
You're gonna be a good pastor.
According to the book of Galatians. That's what he was quoting from.
Y'all don't realize.
Y'all don't know what goes on in these DMs.
Y'all don't realize how difficult it is to balance being a pastor and a stripper. It's difficult.
Bishop Eddie Long did it.
That's right, he did.
He did.
I want to love y'all.
Listen, where is your thing for flag on the play? What is?
I ain't got it in here, but boy, you finna make me find something.
Troy's gonna be a hellified Baptist preacher.
Oh yeah. And the funny part is, I grew up Catholic. I'm just a renegade Catholic now, but you know what I mean?
That smoke.
Those are the best ones. Like I hate to say it, but most people that say they are that be the biggest sinners.
Okay, listen. I grew up in church. I know.
It's that smoke.
I know.
No, you're not lying. I got a lot of
biggest sinners
right now, so you're not lying.
I mean, because you could just go say your Hail Marys or whatever, and you're forgiven.
No. Not
it's that smoke. It's the smoke the little Pope have, getting y'all high in that church with the sage and whatnot.
Listen,
okay, for some of y'all new people, because I don't know nothing about this Cancun spring break. Y'all tell us how wild Cancun spring break is.
Man, listen. Listen.
It ain't it? Because I'm thinking about hedonism. The only way I can explain it is hedo in Jamaica.
Yeah, I've heard of hedonism. I've never been there.
Jamaica hedo in Jamaica.
That sounds like a form of religious thought.
So hedo is a place in Jamaica, and there's two sides of hedo. Just so y'all know. Okay, so there's two sides of hedo Jamaica, and so you have the more vanilla, what we would say, what Troy would call the vanilla side. So it's not too much. Then there is the all over beach,
Lord,
freaking nasty, all of that side of hedo where it's there. You cannot wear clothes. Like it's not an option, and it's out there, and it's everything.
That's not my cup.
And they have certain types of parties and certain types of things, and it's look up Hedo Jamaica. That they used to have cruises, and they actually used to have travel packages to Hedo. It was a big festival every year to Hedo. There's like this one festival every year where it's like let it all hang out. If you ever had your sexual fantasies, that's where you go. Hedo.
Again, I wonder how many Hedo babies are out there.
Thank you. Because there's some Hedo babies out there.
Like, oh, bless your heart, you were conceived at hedonism.
This person, oh Lord, somebody said, let me stick to looking at Pornhub.
Listen.
It is safe. It's safe. Pornhub is safe.
Apparently, that'll keep you from getting held at gunpoint.
Dr. Hughes, X video is virus free.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
I read that somewhere.
You read that somewhere?
So we do have a travel agent online that said there are two resorts, Hedonism 1 and Hedonism 2 is where it all goes down. Yeah. Bourbon Street on steroids. Yes, it's Bourbon Street on steroids.
Okay. Like on Girls Trip, but on steroids.
That Girls Trip ain't got nothing on it. It's hard to explain it.
I gotta go.
So, let me ask this: how many of you are exhibitionists?
You've had sex in public?
Mm-hmm.
I've done that.
And the art, but part of exhibitionism is not just doing it in public, but you actually get off on sex in front of people. You like people to watch.
I wouldn't say. Okay, let me just say this. I wouldn't say that I necessarily got off on people watching. I think at that time when I did it, I was just so horny. The horniness outweighed the fear of someone catching me.
I'm hot. I gotta come out of this robe. I can't.
Hey, do what you gotta do. Get your come on.
I told you I had a t-shirt on though. Don't you?
You know what? You've been trying and listen.
All right, Adina Howard.
Cause I'll be a freak until the dawn. And with the pump. Okay, I'm sorry. Had a moment.
He's having a whole moment, y'all. A whole moment. A lot going on.
I remember that song. But anyway,
what's the wildest place you guys been? Like, obviously Daytona was it for me. Jeff, you the young guy. What's out there now?
Specific places or what?
Places, events, trips.
Anywhere I go, I bring a party. But no,
Alrighty.
when I went to the Dominican Republic, yeah, on the beach, I've had kickbacks even in my own house, and just stuff has happened. Like we played truth or dare games, and it got a little wild. So I don't care. It doesn't have to be a specific place for me. I mean,
Alrighty.
but anyway, I like to go before all the foolishness happened. I like to travel at least once a month to go to another city or state, and I guarantee you, I had my fun. I'll just leave it at that for right now. Let me finish the rest of this, and I'll get into more detail.
So, okay, so now I asked the question about exhibitionists. We're talking about kink. For those of you, let's get into BDSM, and I'm gonna defer to Troy about this. So explain or drop some nuggets to the people quickly about BDSM. What is BDSM? What does it stand for? And what are some of the more milder sides of BDSM and the more extreme of BDSM?
Sure.
Yeah.
I can get
I was like, okay, I'm like, even the last time we spoke, I'm like, how did I become the expert on this? The only thing I've done is just basically observed and watched. And I promise you, that's all I've done. So
You're the sex commentator, though. You're the sex commentator. That's your.
that's my thing.
Brian, you all right. Brian, you all right.
Ringmaster.
So BDSM is a variety of often erotic practices or role playing involving bondage. That's a big one. Discipline, dominance, and submission, sadomasochism, and other related practices. And so you hear about BDSM, one of the first, and I can say this because I think this is a very current pop reference.
Yeah.
BDSM. You think about 50 Shades of.
Yes, Lord.
Yeah.
And I didn't see the movie. I didn't see the movie, but I did, from my understanding, the movie did involve a lot of, bondage. You got to have your safe words. You have to have trust. You are a sub, which sub is short for submissive. You have to listen to your dominant, whoever the dominatrix is or whatever. So BDSM really does. I mean, I think it's predicated a lot on that foundational premise of bondage, having someone who is in control, someone who's subbing. So. Are you okay, Dr. H?
I'm laughing because somebody said, let me put my kids to sleep.
Yes. Well, the kids shouldn't be awake right now anyway. Come on now.
Yeah. And definitely not for this.
Hey, let the kids. I'm going to say this. There's a club in DC called DC Eagle. Just got shut down. And I went there one night. That was when Vincent Gray got kicked out of or something, Mayor Vincent Gray here. And there were people, like married couples and stuff, on the second floor, literally, like, I'm not exaggerating. They were literally like being crucified on a cross. I'm not exaggerating, being hit with whips and stuff. And then I saw like the sling. It was like swinging like a cage. I saw people like strippers in cages. It was swinging back and forth. I said, let me get my ass to the next floor. Seriously. I mean, I try not to bash because I don't know. I mean, some people are into some crazy stuff, but you'd be surprised. People think 50 Shades of Grey, but I think 50 Shades of Grey is on the less extreme end, to be honest with you. I've seen
it's soft porn. It ain't.
It's very much soft porn, what they can show, in daytime movies. If you
right.
want to do something deeper and darker, you need to go to the dark web or something like that. But
I think that there's like more, there's just a lot to that. The dominance, there's financial dominance. There's a whole bunch of dominance when we talk about BDSM and all of that. And then, I read all the books and I
thought you was sadistic. I said, oh Lord.
No. I mean, I'm definitely not, but I did read all the books, and like when I started the first book, I'm like, this seems like something I've already read. And lo and behold, she basically wrote it right off of the Twilight series. So whatever. But, I had put the book down because I was like, I don't know what this is. And then I picked it back up because I didn't have anything else to do. And that book was just laying around. So I read it. And then I was like, oh, I got to know what happens in the next one. And then, all of them had already come out. So I was fortunate enough to not have to wait for each book to release. But I would say in the books, it is very graphic. It is very graphic on how he trains her to be submissive. And he trains her to not just be his submissive, but to like the things that he likes. She learns to like certain things, like anal sex. She's like, I don't think I want to do that. And he's like, no, we're gonna do it. Yeah, he's like, no, this is something that I have to prep your body for, And so he starts with butt plugs and he moves her forward and, all these different things. So it's definitely there's a training process in which you should go through, I'm assuming.
I'm sit down. Sorry.
I'm confused what was happening. So it's definitely something that you just wouldn't walk into somewhere and be like, oh, I'm a submissive, because you're going to go through it.
I was going to say, also, sometimes people don't know what they're into until they try. You'd be very surprised.
Right.
And a lot of times, a lot of people are scared. Like in the Black community, I know specifically, some people don't want to do that lifting stuff on because they think of slavery or ancestry or whatever. So it just depends.
I think to Marcus, yes, we are talking about 50 Shades of Grey. One of the things I do want people to understand is that when you start talking about getting to kink, especially BDSM, when Troy said you have to have safe words, that is very essential, because you need to know what your breaking point is. So what Jeff is saying, try it because you never know what you might like. That's true. But the point of the safe word is just that you need to have that safe word to know your breaking point. If you're not used to being tied up, and that's probably on the vanilla end, you got to have a safe word, because what if anxiety kicks in? You are not going to enjoy it because now anxiety is kicked in. You're in a totally different place now. And so those safe words are there so that both you and your partner know what's your breaking point. And it's important to know that, because again, you out here dating, you having sex with people, and another time, Tiffany was talking about on her first date, a guy was talking about he's into spanking and all that stuff. That's part of BDSM.
It wasn't just that, but
into spanking, and people like to set you on fire, and they into candles and wax. And
I've done the candle thing. That's that.
What'd you say?
I've done the whole dripping candle wax.
I've done the candle wax thing. Like, you got to know what your breaking point is and what your safe word is, and that's something you and your partner come up with together. I don't.
But the thing is, if there's not a significant,
there are BDSM clubs. What'd you say, Epiphany?
I said, so I would say this: if you have trust issues, don't do it.
Right.
If you, and that's real talk. If you have issues trusting and you're traumatized by certain things have happened to you, you don't want to be in a situation where you're triggered and you can't even say your safe word. And then also, when I talk about trust, what if that person hears your safe word and continues because they like it and you don't love it? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's an issue too. You need to be with somebody who is of a like mind, and you can trust them. I'm just.
That's why we always say you need to find your match. If you're vanilla, don't be over here trying to be with nobody that's spicy jalapeno, because that's not going to work. I know you trying to spice up your bedroom, but that's not the way to go. You might need to wade in the water in the kiddie pool for a little bit before you try to get over here to 6 feet of water, because you're going to drown. That's not where you need to be, especially when you don't know nothing about horrors. Don't do that. What you got to say?
I ain't got nothing to say. This light bothers me.
I mean,
listen,
wants to shoot up the club.
my light is burning me up at the go. I was gonna say some
See?
examples of safe words because some people probably don't know what a safe word is. Safe word is when things get too intense to stop.
Mhm.
So some examples.
Safe word is basically just safe word is like the equivalent of a yellow light, like look,
Yeah.
slow down, or even in
Or
certain
stop,
cases like
or
stop.
hard stop, like red
Stop.
pineapples. I make them say "daddy," so it just depends.
Reginald, I love you.
So it just depends. So
That gave me life.
Wait, he said daddy.
yes,
That's fulfilling.
No, daddy.
but no.
I mean, that's just so.
That's the example.
Well,
Of
get it, daddy.
I mean, I will say this. Let me just make this contribution. I will say that I have been tied lightly, very lightly, and I can understand what people talk about how when you are restrained and you start feeling sexual feelings and emotions, and the fact that you can't necessarily flare your arms, there is something that goes through you. Like, okay, I don't know what it is. It heightens certain things, or
know to go through
more extreme.
Know to go through the rage to want to turn around and hit you in your face. You ain't tying me up. I've tied up. I have a whole drawer of handcuffs and stuff, but
What the hell?
Right behind me, it's in this drawer.
Where you get all the handcuffs from?
Do not encourage him right
please. What are we? This is what we're asking.
I want to know. Yeah, I want to know where you get handcuffs.
I didn't know that we was bringing toys along. Like we bringing props to show.
He said
handcuffs. Funny.
Listen, you wanted to do this show, honey boo boo child. You in it to win it.
I was moving here a few months ago, and some of my friends were helping, and I told them specifically, stay out of my closet. I will pack all that stuff because I wait till the day I pack all my shit when I put it in U-Haul. And they found the drawer and was like, and they were like, you seem conservative and quiet. And I said, because they're not here. Epiphany's turned up with us on a Friday, Saturday. I'm not like that, but people who don't know me that well, and they were just like, I said, just like, yeah.
I'm gonna have me a piece of chocolate on that. Y'all go ahead and chew.
Yeah, brother got more than one pair of handcuffs.
Well, I mean, I don't think they're hard to get, but
there's different.
At the end of the day, whether you're tied up with a handkerchief or whatever, it's still a level of mission, and you have to be. And trust me, there's people that, I mean, I would hate to say like Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts or Navy SEALs or whatever that have those not training Navy people. You know what I'm trying to say. That they have that training where they can tie a little piece of string and they're going to shut it on down on you. Then what? I mean, the thing is, what I'm saying is you just never know what someone's trained in and what they know and what you don't know about them.
Okay.
Going. So if you don't trust your partner to tie you up, don't let them do it. If they take even if they take the vanilla too far, then you don't want to be tied up with them.
Even in that regard, when you talk about couples spicing things up and
okay, Candy.
Okay,
I'm a submissive. Woo, shit.
Jesus, I need a moment. I need a minute. I need a minute.
I lost my train of thought.
Where is it? You need a flag.
Candy, you skeegy maid. I like that.
Listen, you a bad chick when you make Trey Mason step back. Loud.
Yes, just made my tongue all wet. So at the end of the day, with any couple, if you're with someone in a committed relationship or marriage long enough, the sex can get boring. It can get boring. And so I don't think there's anything wrong with anybody. Huh?
Tiring, predictable, boring.
Yeah, you can get all of that. I don't think there's anything wrong with people just saying, you know what, let's walk on the wild side. Let's do something different. Because sometimes different can be extremely stimulating. It can be, very erotic. As long as you're with someone that you can trust, this person has your back and they have your best interest at heart. I don't think there's anything wrong with slowly but surely tiptoeing into non-vanilla settings, because fact of the matter is, you, because of your personality, because of your character, you may tiptoe in certain settings and realize you may like certain shit. You may like certain shit that you didn't realize you liked. And so I don't think there's anything wrong. I mean, I think every day you're above ground is an opportunity to do something different and make the most of, who you are and your time here on Earth. And so if you happen to find a sexual fetish or a practice or habit that really, gets you to erupt, then why not?
I think
I like Candy. I don't know who this Candy is, but I like her. I like this.
Don't sleep on Skiggy, folks. Anyway, I think that I agree with you. I think that you can't be afraid to explore things in the bedroom, especially if that's really what you want to do. You want to make it work, because things can absolutely get boring. It can get dull doing routine. It's kind of like you already know in 3.5 seconds it's gonna be this, or it's gonna be that, or it's going. You know what I mean? Like when you can predict what's gonna happen, a lot of times that's where things go left. And if you don't address it, it's okay to get into different things and explore it. You just need to explore it in a way that's you're comfortable with, but you know what you're doing.
I'm down for that swing situation.
I got a question.
I'm down for the swing.
Literally out of you, because people do die trying to be out here about sex by asphyxiation.
Really quick, let me just say, Candy, please make sure you send me a friend request on Facebook. Number two, this
she might get kidnapped.
I would say this.
God bless you, Candy. Good luck, girl.
Yeah, I just want to, she's a rock star at this point.
Where does she live?
If you are at that point,
in Ohio, mind yourself.
If you are with someone and the sex is boring, I mean, I think a lot of us have been there. We know what it's like to have monotonous sex. There's nothing wrong with taking the person you're with, flipping them over, and licking that ass just to shock them, just something different. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that I have or haven't done that.
I do that anyway.
I'm shocked.
Wait a minute. Wait, what did you say? Can you repeat what you just said?
Rimming.
TMI happening here.
Rimming.
You Negroes are dangerous.
So, sometimes
y'all some dangerous folks.
I don't know what a rimming is. Do I know what a rimming is?
What he just said. It's when you lick the anus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Rim job.
I've been there.
I got a question though. I have a question. Hughes.
Yeah.
What if, and this is to the panel, what if you're in a relationship where that partner is just after a lot of time just refuses to go to that next level and it does get boring?
You need
Does
to
the person say,
what do you mean refuses? Like, what are you trying to introduce?
You know what your level is, and someone can say I'm on that level, but they don't take it there. Now you feeling unfulfilled. Do you leave their ass? Do you go out and get them some substitute help?
I know
you got. Please, Jeff.
You do one of few things. You try to teach them, but there are some people who are so restricted. Mm-hmm. So if not, you get a third person. You spice it up, or you leave them.
So, my question or my answer would be,
it's important.
It's similar to Jeff's, but okay. So I've never been to one of these, but I heard about it and I was intrigued because I've never been invited, but it is what it is. So I heard about like these like sex parties and mansions or whatever.
There's a whole lot of them here in Atlanta. There's a whole lot.
I've never been invited. I don't know. I don't think I want to be invited. I don't know. Anyway, so why wouldn't maybe you want to do like some kind of voyeurism instead of, do you know what I'm saying? Say, hey, would you be willing to at least view and maybe not participate? But I heard that you can get pulled in or something. It just depends on the sex party.
You can definitely have people proposition you, because I've been in that situation. I know what it's like to go to trapeze. I know what it's like to be invited to certain sex parties and turn it down. I think that, to what Horace was saying, if you are with someone, dating, married, whatever the case may be, and you are, sexually heightened and you've increased their sexual IQ, but they're kind of like in sexual preschool as far as their thought and behaviors, I would say that, number one, communicate what you're feeling. If you're feeling unfulfilled, if you're feeling like the sex life is boring, tell them that. verbalize that. Let them know, look, this is how I feel. Our sex life ain't hidden no more.
But Troy, how do you tell? Because some people like, especially if you tell a man that, like, I have a cousin, but no, like, now he watches it, he gonna know I'm talking about him and his wife. I have a friend named John, and John's wife basically said that she's unfulfilled because he can't, because he's getting older, and it hurt his confidence even more to the extent where it's here now. You know, the male genitals have a mind.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a guy. We have ego. I mean, that's definitely something that's central to what we consider manhood, or our masculinity. If you're a woman, your wife, your girlfriend, whatever the case may be, let that person know, let that man know that you love them, you care about them very much, you enjoy being with them. This is something that you want to address because you want to continue, being a good spouse or a good significant other, and you want to have great, fulfilling sex. But also, there's nothing, you have to incorporate some compassion when you're dealing with a man that, you get older, your libido ain't what it used to be, when you're in college, things kind of slow down.
My sex drive is higher now that I'm on the other side of 27. So,
you're on the other side of 20. Wow.
On the other
side.
Man.
All right, go ahead, man.
What happened at Tuskegee with Candy?
No. Let me explain something to you. What goes on at Tuskegee stays at Tuskegee. We're not allowed to have conversations about what happens at Tuskegee.
On the panel,
that's probably all y'all did at Tuskegee.
I'm about.
What we're not gonna do is come for Tuskegee.
No. I'm gonna bring up a point here. How many of y'all?
That's what y'all did.
How many of y'all on the panel have went to an HBCU? I know you did, Dr. H. Who else? And then Horace.
I got accepted, but I didn't go.
And did you, Horace? I'm gonna say this: when I was,
I just hung out at FAM.
Yeah, I was gonna say when I was at VCU and when I went to Duke, like North Carolina Central's down the street from Duke, Virginia State was down the street from VCU. I ain't gonna lie. Other than homecoming and parties, just going to the campus, you can walk around and find people. I'm not saying that to be a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all, but they be getting down. So I know y'all ain't innocent. So I know Tuskegee specifically. I've been to a Tuskegee homecoming. I have family that went there. Really nice ceremony, beautiful campus, a lot of good history. They're freaks. So
right,
nasty.
Especially Tallahassee.
The campus is away from everything, so therefore there's more temptation. So.
You got to
entertain
yourself. That's all I can say. They got a lot more there now than when I was in there. But,
Jeff, that's a good resume builder. I will say this to Jeff's point. I hung out at FAMU. Didn't go to FAMU, but like he said, now one thing about me coming from Suncoast, which is probably one of the best high schools in America, voted number 3 for a long time. I wanted to say that I had 2 girlfriends my senior year. Didn't have sex. I was scared of having sex. I didn't want to have a kid out of age, right?
I'm right with you with that one.
Right.
You had a girlfriend for 3 years. Y'all didn't have sex?
No, I had 2 girlfriends my senior year.
Okay.
His senior year, he had 2 girlfriends in high school.
I thought you said you had a girl for 3 years. Y'all didn't have sex. I was like, she didn't think. Okay, never mind.
I would kick my own ass. What I was going to say is, when the senior year, they all went off to college. And I swear, man, when both of them went off, both of them turned into the most ridiculous circus freaks that you ever could imagine. When I met back with them, one of them, my friend, was like, man, she done banged the whole football team. And she was into that because it changed her forever. Like, she wanted gangbangs. And the other one got all these piercings, and she was in the anal sex. So take me coming from Suncoast, coming from a green space, they were light years ahead of me.
But you know what?
In one semester.
But can you do me a favor? Can you add those 2 women to ringside for me?
No.
But y'all know one is watching.
Speaking of that, I just got a new tattoo the other day, and in the parlor, where my friend owns one, there was a girl getting her
juice box.
She was screaming Bloody Mary, and I thought something was going to happen to her. And when they kept stopping, she said, "No, keep going. I love the pain."
I told y'all, let me tell you something. When you go around here getting these piercings, you're going to mess around and lose all feeling.
No, it was a tattoo.
She was getting.
It's a tattoo. Oh, okay, y'all. Okay.
It was a tattoo like right there. I don't know what she was getting. I don't know, but she literally they kept telling her she was screaming because I thought it was a hawk.
Her mind gone because ain't nobody got time for that.
And then when they stopped, she literally said, "No, don't worry about it. Keep going. I love the pain." She said it's an endorphin rush.
Believe that.
Yeah.
And Becky.
I mean, I definitely believe that because it's the same thing with BDSM. You may want to get punched in your face because you like it.
There are people who like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like there are.
It hurts. It doesn't mean it doesn't hurt.
Some people will actually climax off of feet. Like y'all, like this is.
Don't judge them people.
Kink.
Okay, don't judge them.
I'm not judging them.
I have a foot fetish.
Me too.
And I do. Yeah.
I'm not judging. There are definitely people who have foot fetishes, and I look at it like
fat fetish. There's different types of fetishes out there.
The BBW thing, where they like to be smothered, right? I've seen that on porn. I was like, I mean, not that one.
Too late.
Don't clean it up as much as you can. Go ahead on.
I've seen sometimes, like when you're scrolling, sometimes you see some crazy shit.
Listen, that's why I don't
I'm gonna
get
try
on
my
that
best
Twitter.
to damage control that. But like for example, there's a website called clipsforsale.com. I don't purchase porn. I know how to get it for free, but like you can go on that website and literally if you go down the categories, you would be very surprised at some of the stuff you see people are into.
Right.
I mean, you think fire play and bondage is one thing. I've seen like stuff with the toilet. I've seen stuff with
golden showers are real.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not judging anybody. I look at it like you are sexually enlightened when you come to a place in your life where you know exactly what gets you off.
Right.
It doesn't matter if the rest of the world thinks it's gross, disgusting, unconventional, whatever. It's like if that particular practice and that habit makes you have an extreme orgasm, I say mazel tov. You know what I mean? Like,
Can we add a disclaimer to that though? Like with people above the age of 18 or who are adults?
Yes.
I think, well,
Okay.
I always say, listen, if you're trying to be out here having sex, dating, or anything, you need to be matured. Like, you need to be an adult. And I say mature because it's some people who are adult age that ain't mature and can't handle it. But
what I'm referring to is there's some people that they know exactly what gets them off, but it's illegal.
Wait, listen, I don't have a foot fetish, but I believe that women should have. It's something about mentally. Don't come in my. I can't see your feet. I feel like women hair and nails. That is one big thing. So if I see a woman that don't have their feet done, it gets to me. When I was young, I had a situation where I was with a girl, and I bent her legs up, and I looked at her feet, and they were brown. The toenail was brown.
That's like you ever seen the movie Boomerang?
I was gonna say Boomerang. You had an Eddie Murphy Boomerang moment.
My mind is like, oh my God, this is disgusting, But no.
All I add, my whole thing is one prerequisite. I just ask that it doesn't have to happen all the time, but at certain points you have to sit on my face. You just have to take that beautiful.
I agree.
If I'm with you, obviously even though I am a boob man, I'm a registered card carrying boob man. As I get older, I do appreciate
Dr. Hughes.
I just ask, I'm like, look, at a certain point, you're gonna have to sit on this face.
I agree. That's a must.
Thank you.
Dr. Hughes. This is you. You, Dr. Hughes.
Do you pass out?
Hello?
Do you pass out?
Oh, I just want to make sure that you heard the request of being made of you, Dr. Hughes.
I'm putting it out there in the ether. That's just it's one of the things as you get older. What's the quote? To thy own self be true. I'm like, look, it doesn't have to happen every night. It doesn't even have to happen every week unless you want it. But at certain points, you need to sit on my face. And once you do that, I'll take care of the rest. I'll do the rest.
Let me ask you something though. So Troy and Jeff, what's y'all breathing patterns down there? How the breathing going? Because you suffocated. Are you doing 15-second intervals? Or you just scuba diving?
You don't. We really having this discussion? I'm like actually Navy SEALs down here seeing like.
Yeah, you're gonna pass out. What's your breathing pattern?
I haven't passed out yet. Just think about Lamar's class. You just got to think about short just short breaths.
Ain't no bad questions.
Pass out.
Ain't
So
no
I
bad
have a
question.
crazy question. Well, it's not a crazy question, but I'm going to move this along. What impact does medications have on oral sex and different things? So we have like Truvada for PrEP. We have condoms. We have they have Dental Dam. They have the female condom. If you've never heard of it, look it up. What impact does this have on when you start talking about kink and some of the things, especially oral sex? How does that affect you? We know that food affects that, but let's get into, because it's a big thing now, especially you have Truvada for PrEP. That's one of the main one that's on TV right now. You got condoms, you have the female condom, you have Dental Dam, you got all of these different gels that's supposed to have this great tasting that don't do nothing but numb your tongue. All of this different stuff. How does that affect?
They do?
She would
Don't
know.
sit down. Don't. I can't stand.
She's telling her business on this live, okay?
I had a life before I became Dr. H.
Oh, you're right. My bad. I apologize. I'm minding my
business out there. Don't play.
That's funny. That is too
All
funny.
nasty because y'all know more.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh no.
Oh shit.
Oh no. Oh no. No. See, here's the thing. You can't just say, "Oh, you're nasty," because you know more. I know more because I educated myself. So, for instance, no. I don't even have to have sex to educate myself. So, for instance, when I wanted to learn about BDSM, because I'm going to backtrack, and I apologize to all the viewers, but we're going to backtrack real quick. When I wanted to know about BDSM, the first movie that I saw was The Secretary. You want to get some light BDSM? Watch The Secretary. You'll thank me later. Okay. So then I was like, oh, this is intriguing. Very interesting. Then I went on and I read 50 Shades of Grey. I watched the movies. The movies ain't got nothing on the books. Okay.
Like
right. And then I watched several, and I'm telling my business out here. Okay. I watched several series on, I think it's Showtime After Dark, not Skinemax. I think it was Showtime. It's Cinemax After Dark, but we call it Skinemax because it's soft porn. But they have a lot of like actual BDSM series that you could watch, several shows, and it follows specifics. So I watched that. I educated myself. So I didn't need to like be in a BDSM club or go to Eagle and watch it. I watched it from the comfort of my own home, and I didn't have no one in here judging me. And I learned about it. So, and then, I do read. I may not look like it, but I do read.
You're very educated. You're a teacher. You're a damn good one.
Thank you. So, I mean, I think if you're ever going to want to venture into something, do it on your own first. Like, try to figure out the safest way for you to kind of delve into it. If you see it and it kind of gives you that, ooh, then you're interested.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm gonna go. You said you piggybacked. I'm a piggy front.
Go ahead.
Okay. So we were talking about Truvada for PrEP and stuff. If anyone's not familiar, it's to prevent HIV and some other STDs or whatever. People have this horrible perception because of the commercials of who it's aimed at or what it or it's just for people just to fuck raw. Some people are like me. I'm genuinely allergic to latex. I'm not going to get in the story of how I found out the hard way. I'm leaving it at that. Huh?
That's painful.
Let's just say it's embarrassing that when you're having safe sex and you're thinking you have genital warts and you're going to the doctor freaking out, and they don't know what's going on. The what is the sex doctor? Gynecologist, right?
Yeah.
For a woman, yeah. Well, yeah, for men too, yeah.
Yeah. So when you're going there, they're not a dermatologist, so they're thinking we're just gonna keep testing you, find out. When all you have to do is go to dermatologist, they'll tell you it's a breakout. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a friend that's actually allergic to latex too.
One of the things is I don't want
Sheepskin,
anybody that, you know, just because you take certain medications that it's a substitute for condoms or for, you know, sex or anything like that, because it's not. Nothing is 100%. Condoms are like, what, 99 point whatever percent. And there's different types of condoms out there. So you have latex, there's sheepskin, there's different types of condoms out there. But if you are genuinely like Jeff, and people like him who are allergic to latex, you got to use sheepskin, and you know, he got a fishbowl.
We got condoms for days.
Hold on.
There's different types of condoms out there that you can use. And they will tell you, if you go to any health department, they're going to tell you latex is the best. But again, if you're allergic, you can't do latex. You got to use sheepskin and some of these other alternatives. You have medication on the market that kind of like serves as a backup. It's not, like Jeff said, it's not meant for you to be up here raw dogging people, because you mess around and get herpes. Like herpes and all that stuff is real, and it's on the high.
Pay attention.
Let's all be real here. Everyone likes raw sex, but I was gonna say real quick, there's sheepskin and all that stuff, but that stuff is not as effective.
Yep.
Right.
About that, and it has, because it's animal skin, it has breathable. It's a breathable skin. Stuff can seep through it.
Right.
And it's only 59 to 68% effective.
Ooh.
Look it up. And it even says, it's supposed to say it on the box, but you know they're not gonna say that. It says we cannot guarantee.
Yes.
You are right.
What?
So
Yeah, no, I was this guy.
So what's your options?
Just keep it going.
I just don't.
What's the option?
Who is that fat ass?
Jeff,
I
what's
don't
the
know.
option? What's
But
the
why
option?
would he make the other comment?
I don't know. I didn't see his other comment.
He's trolling feminine intention.
Okay.
What's the option?
Fat ass motherfucker.
Well,
What's the option, Jeff?
What?
He say he's allergic to latex and sheepskin is bad. What's the option?
Don't worry, I'll get him.
All right, I don't know.
Jeff, Horace said, what's the option if you're allergic to
She's getting me.
latex and sheepskin or whatever? What's the option?
Pull out.
It's hard. Troy, I can't.
What did you say, Jeff?
Everyone's talking at once. I don't know. I was on that.
I'm sorry. I had a moment. I was having a whole moment. I got distracted.
I was on Hector's fat ass.
I was looking at something that I shouldn't have been.
Keep going. So go ahead. Repeat your question.
He's saying what options are there. The reality is, because latex is the only thing that is near 100% for STDs and pregnancy. Nothing else is closer than sheepskin. You just got to deal with it and having the sheepskin.
Right.
The reality is, if you know,
that's rough.
For men, if you want to prevent HIV or certain infections, or if you do drugs or whatever, you need to get on PrEP or something. If you don't do that stuff, and you're not sleeping with other men, and it's not even sleeping with other men. You could still, people think HIV is just a gay thing. It's not. Magic Johnson allegedly is straight. And he caught it, and so did me. I'm just saying.
He's right. He is right.
I don't know. To be honest, I don't know the answer. You just gotta be practice safe as you can, and don't hook up with random people all the time.
Right.
So if you're sexually active, and the reality is these days people have sex before they consider dating people now. I've done it. I'm not gonna lie, because if it's bad, I'm not gonna waste my time taking on dates and spending time, and you suck in bed. You know.
I was gonna say, let's just be honest as we're having this conversation. This is not for people who feel like sex is not important, because I do know some people who feel like sex is not important. We just had a conversation at ringside about this couple that's been married forever that has never had sex, not even on their honeymoon.
Lord.
That ain't for me.
Yeah.
Wait,
25 years.
Hold on.
What? I ain't gonna sit here telling. I'm not gonna tell
25 years, no sex.
Important. Don't be out here talking about you can't.
Was somebody disabled?
He can't get it up. He couldn't get it up for 25 years, and she just
25 years.
I love him.
He couldn't buy a strap.
He's gay.
He couldn't buy a strap.
He's gay.
What about a strap?
No, he's gay.
And she said that she caught him taking Viagra but didn't have sex with her. But he said he just wanted to see what it felt like to have a hard on, and that was it. Boy,
So
bye.
he either had a radiation issue or he's gay. Period.
Well, she said in it was his mental or whatever. I'm just like,
That happens.
with
That happens.
Viagra, the point of the
Well,
Viagra, you still not. I don't understood.
I
didn't
have a
understand that,
question.
but-
Okay, so
got a
this
question
is for
for
the
after that.
this is for the men. Okay, so let's say you're in this man's predicament, and we're married. I'll just use myself as an example. Would you give me permission to go and do what I needed to do, or you would just be like, "Nah, you got to stay here sexless"?
Wait, what's the question? Oh, you're
That
saying
is my question.
they're not giving you sex
If I
first
was
or
married to any one of you gentlemen and you couldn't perform, would I have permission to go and do what I needed to do?
Well, see, that question's hard for me to answer because you're with me. We're having sex 7 to 12 times a week. But no, I would rather you leave because you got to be mindful what you might be bringing back. And a lot of times
And we're not having sex for 25 years.
A lot of times I hate to say this, and I'm sorry if I'm opening up a can of worms. Women have sex with people and they catch feelings. So y'all,
not necessarily, but I'm gonna mind my business.
It does happen, Epiphany.
it happens a lot.
Listen, it can happen to either party. When you are having sex, there is a hormone that is released.
Joy juice.
And
Someone said the first time they used the female condom, it had to be fished.
Oh, it's coming up. Yep.
I'm weak. No, I'm weak.
Man, oh gosh.
They didn't bang that thing up there. They hammer that thing up. Banging it way up in there. I need Troy.
I have a lot of thoughts on that. I'm gonna leave that alone.
Goddamn John
No,
Henry.
okay, so back to my comment, I feel like either party can catch feelings. It's not just women that can catch a feeling. Like maybe the other dude would catch the feeling and she knows she loves her husband.
I've never.
Oh, you were married to Kareem Stevens.
Remember that
Okay,
movie?
so I want to get on to this.
That did happen.
Somebody says, teach the man what you like. This is going to go back to something Jeff said earlier. Teach the man what you like, let it be improved over time. That's not necessarily the case because some men, when you get that male ego, they don't like that. And I think in another episode, we'll talk about that. I think Troy said it. I don't want nobody sitting here trying to tell me what to do in the bedroom, direct like it's a symphony. I think that's hard because some men are real.
It really depends on communication. For me, it is a priority. If I'm with you, if we're dating in a committed relationship, I want to make you come. I want you to enjoy sex just like I do. So, and I think that's one mistake that a lot of people make, thinking that whatever worked with your last partner is going to work with this current partner. That's not always the case. Doesn't always translate. So regardless if I'm upstairs or downstairs, if I'm doing something and I'm missing the mark, please open your mouth and communicate. Please tell me, hey, faster, slower, lighter, harder, counterclockwise, clockwise, do something. Don't just suffer in silence.
I'm with that. You're in the bedroom with me. I'm in control. So, period. And if you have something to say, bye. That's just me. I've never had a complaint, but no, that's just me.
I think back to Epiphany, I think with that last situation, a lot of men whole ego is tied into their sex drive. So if he can't fulfill that, he ain't feeling feeling like anything.
Oh, Jesus.
Listen, when I was young, that's all I thought. That's what I thought my talent was in life.
Remind me to bring a fan to the next After Dark.
A fan?
Just take a cup of water and just splash yourself.
No, that ain't gonna work.
Yes, I know that. Wet.
Hey, we need Troy to come back next week because Troy is saying he undefeated with his pull-out scheme. Hey. That don't work for nobody.
I'm not. Let me just say this. I don't go around the country or anything telling people what works for me. I'm at the age I'm at, I don't have any children. I'm one of those people. I just stupidly say I just know my body. I know what's about to happen. But at the end of the day, for me, it's like I still let people know, like, look, I got an entire fishbowl of condoms. I still, for me, if I'm out there and I'm not in a relationship, I'm doing something, then yes, this is essential. But when I'm in a relationship, it could be a different circumstance. But
that's a blessing.
But at the end of the day, I tell people you need to be responsible. You need to do You need to look out for yourself and look out for the partner you're with. And because of my background, I'm really quick to tell people, like at the very beginning and throughout, you need to get tested. You need to go know your status.
That's true.
Definitely, there's no excuse out here. I mean, you can get an HIV and AIDS test for free, and I promise you, it only takes 5 minutes. Probably not. When I got one, it wasn't even 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And so, know your status. I walked out of that place doing cartwheels. I'm like, yes, it is on. But
before you got the results,
they told you immediately. Usually it takes like 2 to 5 days.
It's changed now.
No. When I went, they told the test itself when they swabbed me, it was like less than 5 minutes.
Yep.
They told me maybe 15 minutes later. They try to engage in small talk to distract you and take your mind off of it. But I found out like 15 minutes later, I was negative on all counts.
I get it.
It does. The test now you can get it. It don't take as long. It doesn't take that long like it used to do. Back in the days, it almost was like 2 weeks, a week.
Yeah, it was like a week. And it'd be like the scariest week of your life.
Yep.
No.
You sit up there, that's the scariest. You'd be bargaining with God, telling God, look, I'm a go to church and I'm a tithe. And once I figure out what tithing is, I'm gonna do it.
You negotiate with Jesus.
They didn't always walk in.
I'm like, I'm
Done.
do whatever you want me to do, God. Just don't let me be sick.
Angelica asked a good question. She said, ask your partner to get STD test before you have sex. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't. I haven't because I'm a freak. So, but
a gambler too.
Yeah,
well,
it is. But I have the proper medications and prevention for me. But it's 2020. It is what it is. And I y'all sitting here. So some of the people on here probably saying, "Oh Lord, he nasty, doing all this." Y'all nasty as hell too, because some of the people on here have messaged me too, including one of the women commenting, trying to get it in without asking me to get a test first. So nobody needs to judge.
No, well,
I want to say that this is a judge-free zone. But I mean, it is what it is, and you like what you like. I mean, it is what it is. You like what you like. The point of having this conversation is for what? You to make an informed decision, but you make a decision for you.
Yep. You're the adult. You own your body.
You know your body, and you do what's right, what you feel is right for you. Nobody here got a heaven or hell to put you in.
Right.
Not a single person. So if anybody judging, they already in sin and they wrong anyway. But and so I just kind of I think that we had an amazing conversation tonight about kink and BDSM and freaky and what makes you freaky and
Why you gotta play with your strap when you're talking about that? I'm trying to see. That's what got you in trouble last time. Go ahead, Dr. Hughes. Go ahead.
No, I see.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna get his hands on you, and you know what? That's it. That's it. He's gonna get his hands on you.
Epiphany, you too close to the camera.
Why?
Too close.
You got to back up a little bit. Back up.
Yeah.
Okay, and then rise up a little bit. Arch your back.
Yeah. You sitting too low.
Almost had it.
You listen. You saw them the other day. They haven't changed.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, look, I just want to encourage people out there. If you're out there, if you're listening, number one, don't be afraid to eat that ass. It can change your life.
What?
Bills paid. I'm talking to the panel and everybody else out there.
We ain't going back to that $40 stuff, Horace.
Nah.
$40, really?
$40.
We ain't doing that tonight. We're not talking about the $40 on the corner stuff tonight.
I mean, if you can get $40 or more, then more power to you. I'm talking about like in a relationship.
Right.
If you're in a relationship with one person, then go ahead and lick that ass. My other question is to the women on the panel and to the women out there commenting, presumably, African American women. What is the opposition about taking semen to the face? Like, we can't do that. I need some.
Lord.
Yeah,
okay.
I want to know too, because especially the sisters, y'all don't like that.
Yeah, y'all don't like. I need some.
Go ahead, Dr. Hughes. I'll let you take this one first. She's not ready.
Are y'all worried
It
about?
take 30 minutes to put it on.
Wait a minute. Okay.
30 minutes to put
Let me just answer your
All the
question because
mascara and makeup.
no, it does not. And okay, you know what? We've had this discussion. Just stop. We're moving on. So your question, Troy, I think that's a question that you need to ask every single woman, like each woman that you're with. I don't necessarily have an issue with it. If it's something that like you really like, I could just wipe it off.
Thank you.
Just don't get it in your eye.
I mean, your eyes are gonna probably close as soon as you see something projecting towards your face.
It's not my ministry.
But
Can
I'm
I
just
say
saying,
something? Medically, it's in every medical journal.
Here we go.
And Troy's going to back me up on this, that actually ingesting semen helps something with the breast cancer.
Bull.
I'm going to agree with that.
Proven
Bull.
fact. Google
Bull.
it. Google it.
It is a
$100.
bodily fluid that leaves your body to impregnate a woman. That is what it is for.
It's
so
life.
I don't need to Google it. I'm a woman. Like, are you crazy? You're going to tell me what's going to help my body?
That's your problem. Y'all don't listen.
My issue is I have men that always want to tell me what's good for my body and what's not. Like, that bothers me to no end. Don't tell me. See, okay. Let me get myself back.
Well, you know,
I'm seeing the article.
As far as the medical benefits or cosmetic benefits, I would say, you know, do your own due diligence and Google whatever.
If you have a shitty ass diet of whatever, you're going to tell me that is going to help me. You're telling me that all these men that walk around, let's be honest. All these people that walk around that don't eat clean and all that, your semen is supposed to help my face, is supposed to help. Like, come on now. You're not like you make no sense, Horace.
You got to eat clean.
It's like
NutriBurst. You got to eat your fruits and vegetables.
It's like NutriBurst.
The thing is, I think the issue is that a lot of women have had a bad experience, or possibly have had a bad experience, or have been told from a very young age not to do certain things. And it's an indoctrination. And so what you're fighting is an indoctrination of what a woman has been told. So if you want to propose something different from what they've been told their entire life, you can't come at them with no bullshit ass stuff like you just said. You're not going to get what you want, period. Don't come at with like you're going to piss me off, and then you're not going to get anything you want. Like, come on. Oh, it's good for your health. You sitting there eating.
I mean, for me, you know, everybody's different. For me,
it's good for your health.
When you know, a woman comes in my face or I swallow, that shit turns me way on. For me, it's just like, okay, can we reverse it? Can I, you know?
I mean, and that's the thing. I think that there's a give and take in relationships, right? Mm-hmm. So if you're giving a lot, like you're giving a lot, or you're taking a lot, whatever you want to call it. I think that, yeah, you should be willing to take one for the team or two or three or whatever. But at the same time, don't come at me with no crazy ass stuff talking about it just isn't. To me, it's not becoming. If you're in a relationship with someone, that's not how you approach me with it. You're not going to get what you want, and you're going to get a hard no. And it's going to be a hard pass. And I'm not going to care if you leave me or not, because that's what, in my mind, I'm thinking that's all you want, period.
You know, it's almost like taking it baby steps, like starting off coming on her breast and then moving up gradually, you know, breasts.
I don't even think it needs to be that. I mean, just for me personally, it wasn't even that big of a deal. It was like an ask, and it wasn't like, oh, it wasn't even a big deal. It was like, oh, would you mind? So I don't understand what it is with like telling me the benefits. Every man that's come at me and told me benefits of what their bodily fluids will do for my body gets a hard no.
Oh, I wouldn't even do that. Personally, even in ringside throughout the years, you have people that post those articles about the benefits of semen, benefits of facials, benefits of ingesting. Personally, I don't comment because I'm like, I don't know. If there are some women that believe it, hey, mazel tov, do you?
It's not even a proven thing. Like,
right?
Is there a real? Come on, it's not proven.
I think it's alleged. It's like
Yeah.
all kind of proteins in it is good for this, that, and the third. It's like, hey, if you find a woman that's, I'm not gonna say dumb enough, but if you find a woman who's gullible enough to believe it, hey, you're winning. But I would never put that out there as far as, my semen will cure all that shit you got going on. I wouldn't do that.
I kind of feel like it's a mind game too. Like, if you need to play a mind game with someone to get what you want, then you shouldn't be with that person. If somebody's not willing to give you what you want, then that's not the person for you. Period.
I agree with Angelica. A conversation about where you're supposed to finish, that needs to be had.
Yeah.
Because where I think I'm going to finish, where I want to finish, may not be where you want me to. So that's one of those things.
I mean, I've had people ask me in the middle, "Hey, would you mind?"
Hey, would you mind if I kind of nut on this or
could I do this, or could I do that? I know it's a hard no for me. I know what I don't like, and I know what I like. So at the end of the day, when you know, or you tried certain things and you know that it just doesn't work, then period. You know what I mean? Like, I just think that you can't manipulate. If you're a manipulator, you need to take a long look in the mirror.
They fire.
I agree. Yeah. I agree wholeheartedly. I mean,
it's not, to me, it's not healthy to manipulate. And
if it ain't Burger King, they fire.
Well, I mean,
and that's fair. And that's fair.
Just like you have a hard yes for what you want, then she has a right to have a hard no.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Again, it goes back to finding your match.
Your match.
But you don't know your match until you have conversation, and that's what it boils down to. I mean, you got to be mature enough to have those conversations and not be afraid to ask those hard questions. And for some people, it might be an uncomfortable conversation, but you won't know until you ask those questions. But I want to hear from the fellas. How you all feel about female ejaculation?
I love it.
Because some people feel like, oh, she's peeing on me.
No.
And for those of you who don't know, there is such a thing as female ejaculation, and some men will assume that it is a woman peeing on them, and it's not, because it comes out of a completely different hole.
Well, first of all, if any guy does not know what that is, then they're not doing their job right, or they've never had sex with a woman. Because if a female didn't, then I'm offended because I think I didn't do what I was supposed to do. That's just my mindset.
Well, I mean, Dr. H, I personally love it. To me, I get off on making sure she's satisfied, because the older I get, I'm not a selfish lover. There's nothing that benefits me by getting everything I want out of sex and walking away and she's left unfulfilled. I don't feel right about that.
He's a unicorn, gentlemen. He's a unicorn.
I'm gonna make that. I'm gonna get a T-shirt. I'm gonna develop a unicorn black.
First of all, I'm still shook about what you said in the DMs the other day. I can't.
I am not talking about the DMs the other day.
We can go back to the DMs. We need to go back to the DMs.
No, we are not going to the DM from the other day.
In my mind, I tried to visualize it. I couldn't visualize it.
Thank you.
I was working on that, and then I was like, you know what? I give up the ghost.
Yes, just give up.
I thought the whole room tonight was supposed to get dark, Troy.
Oh, trust me, you don't know what I got on underneath this. Okay, so
I really wasn't being serious, but okay, I didn't learn to watch my mouth.
Dr. H, the problem
don't play with Troy.
And you can't handle it.
I didn't start nothing. What did I start?
I want to tell the audience she starts a whole bunch of stuff. She entices. Yeah. She does a lot. And then she's like, no, I'm an angel.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, I agree with to go with what you were saying. One Clyde said, you know, it's a turn on because it's a sign that you did something right.
I want to address that comment.
What's wrong with leaving it in the
The problem with leaving the condom is because some women will try turkey base and have a child, or people do things with it that are unethical.
Right.
Oh wow.
Leaving it in the condom, that's boring to me, but that's just
me. I know, but you shouldn't leave it. Never mind. I ain't gonna go that far.
If you want
to trap somebody with a kid, that's a whole lot of work for what?
What? Say that again.
I don't get that. You're like pregnancies work. Then you have this child that has personality that you can't control. I don't understand.
No, why, Epiphany, you're not a gold digger, but a lot of women have done that to basketball players and men status.
True.
It's not about them having the child for themselves. It's they want to have something to hold the man to trap him financially.
And it never works.
Right.
It never works.
You're right, but the thing is, like, when I do see those what regular women do that too, but I'm just like, you're doing this for your rent? What? I mean, it doesn't, to me, it just doesn't make sense.
I know some women like that.
Damn.
I know several women that have said, okay, well, I want him to be attached to me, or so, like, it's kind of like an obsession with a certain person. So I think, one, you have a kid, right? Now you're stuck in the house with this child that you have. Ooh,
and Angelica. Can we call out Angelica? Yes, I love it. What Angelica said. I love Mona. To me, the worst thing, the biggest turnoff is the woman who says nothing or who makes no sound in the bedroom. That's a great way to get unfriended. That's a great way to get kicked out. No, a woman who moans, that turns me on. That lets me know, okay, I'm doing whatever I'm doing, I need to keep doing. Okay. So moaning, dirty talk, yeah, that can get you there a lot quicker.
Troy.
Yo,
ain't that worse than the woman that don't say nothing but just sit there blinking every tap. She just
worst thing in the world. It's like, I don't like if you're just laying there like a dead fish. It's not good sex. It's just not going to be.
Wait a minute. What if she's not moaning, but she's riding to the beat?
Riding to the beat.
Hump, scratch.
No.
Hard, something.
I don't know how else.
That's right, Lisa.
Because some people read you. You can't read their energy if they just mute.
But maybe they're just not vocal, but they're grinding to the beat.
No.
If you're grinding to the beat, can you let that come out and say something? Do something, say, even because someone said dirty talk and moaning. Even if you're not moaning, say something. Tell me how, something. Tell me how big my dick is. Tell me how I'm hitting.
Scratch me.
Do something.
Scratch me.
Oh, wow.
Blow
you know that, Horace?
What?
No, Horace, you into like bodily, like you like to be.
Yes,
no, I'm saying.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Let me feed. I'm feeding off your energy. So scratch me, bite me, something. Let me know what I'm doing.
He's basically saying,
sitting there.
He's basically saying, if give me
some kind of
signal.
Yes, I want to react.
Let me to kind of reaffirm that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I got what you're saying, Horace.
Yes.
I agree with
Horace 1,000%.
Horace, they were trying to get some info from you. They were trying to get you into it.
He's into it. Don't do it, Jeff.
But listen, Tanya was doing
back now, Jeff.
Dr. H was doing that while touching herself.
He's 9 feet deep.
Listen, Dr. H was doing all of this right here, so she's telling on herself too.
We already talked about Dr. H in the DMs and doing what she do.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
something happened at Ski.
Troy is steady. He listen. I don't even think Troy has blinked because he wants to make sure if one of them things shakes the right way, he goes catch it.
The Tuskegee experiment. Tuskegee.
Listen, Y'all don't understand.
Woo!
She shut it down.
All the thongs coming off.
Oh,
Do it.
Man.
Shut it down.
That's an assumption that somebody is actually okay. I'm sorry, but don't y'all know that during the quarantine, certain things are optional? Didn't y'all see Kev on stage when
Wait,
he
what?
said?
During the
Didn't y'all
quarantine?
see Kev on stage when he said underwear and bras are optional?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't have one on right now.
I know.
How do we know?
I know.
Likely story, Epiphany.
I mean, I wear it when I work out. I have to.
And I like this, and whoever this Angelica is,
I
yes,
love her too. I mean,
yes, and Angelica, I'm very vocal. I can get loud.
I like him. I like a vocal man too.
Yes, I like to say what I'm feeling and what I'm about to do or what I want to do, and yeah, I like it. Angelica, yes, yeah.
You know what? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let me not tell too much.
You know what's good?
No, keep telling.
When you leave, hey, when you're done and you leave in there like a dead body and walk out.
Yes.
Just in there. Yeah.
I mean, when you
What you're not gonna do is sit here and act like women don't know how to put it down and leave you there trying to figure out breathless. You ain't no dead body.
That's
no,
every man's dream.
it is a good feeling. It is a good feeling when you're done and she's just sprawled down in the bed and you get up and I just start crip walking. I'm like, I did that shit. Like, oh, I did that shit.
Come back and throw the rag on her.
Yeah. Throw a rag, throw a sock. I'm like, here you go.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, a sock.
Hey, sometimes that's all you got.
Now I get some energy and whoop your butt for a sock now.
Ooh, now that's what I'm talking about. Let's go with that energy.
Well. Tiffany.
Naked, let me tell you.
I don't know why. What kind of women y'all dealing with that y'all really walking away like you like? Okay.
I mean,
Look at Dr.
I'm
Hughes.
gonna be honest. You not gonna just leave me there sprawled out. Like I'm like, okay, that's all you got. Let's go.
Like women don't put it down. What?
Epiphany.
Let's go. Boom. There it is.
Like,
oh no! When I say leave you there,
because you tired.
No.
Epiphany.
That's me saying
Y'all ain't really doing this out here.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna leave you there while I go downstairs, get a Capri Sun, come back, start round 2, and then we go at it again.
Oh, so you're not her
or something. I gotta get.
You a Capri Sun and not her. Is that what?
If she wants one, yes.
You're gonna get all water.
Offering a Capri Sun too, like you.
Yeah, if this comes in her refrigerator, absolutely.
And then we would be, because I would be like, oh, really? That's what we doing? Okay. We would be fighting, Troy.
I was gonna say that sound like fighting words.
So I would welcome that fight. I would welcome a Mr. and Miss Smith type of fight.
Oh, yeah, listen, I'm down.
Okay, so how many of y'all?
I'm going down. Let's do it.
Basically, ain't no lady gonna make my feet curl.
That's
y'all ain't see boomerang because that does happen.
It does happen.
That's the dream. That is the dream.
It happens.
Who is this person? I don't even know how to say that name. Ledard. How do you say that?
Legendaries.
Legendaries.
Dr. H.
He's a sex therapist as well.
Clyde, you'd bring me something to drink. Thank you, Clyde.
Dr. H. One thing about bedroom champions is, as men, they look for that match. They look for that person that's going to give them that ultimate matchup. And nobody's going to disagree with that.
Are you a bedroom champion, Horace? Self-proclaimed?
Champion level.
The self part is so disrespectful, Epiphany.
Well, I mean, self-proclaimed. I'm waiting for the commenters to say that they know from experience. So,
quarantine is y'all still on quarantine.
Listen, first of all, I'm very spicy. You got to really wake up early in the morning to catch me. I do.
New Mexico.
Yes. I may not have gone to a HBCU and I may have grown up in New Mexico, but trust me when I tell you I had to go bat for bat with some kids that just wasn't nice. So I'm very well versed. I can give you the spice if you want.
That's a hell of a building you and Jeff in, then.
Oh yeah. They know. Oh, they know.
Hell of a building. No, Jeff Salmon.
Yes, I had a nice day as well. How was yours?
Listen, our building, I feel like my side of the building is quiet. I have not had any run-ins with anyone at all recently because I've been spending my time on either the bike trail or the running trail or the park or whatever. So I've been good, but Jeff may not have because Jeff is tall and Jeff attracts all kinds of people, and I just give him a distinct face and just be like, it's coronavirus, back up. Coronavirus, back up. So.
Well, as we speak right now, Piff, I'm shocked you don't hear all the music downstairs. But I'm gonna leave that alone right now. I'm about to go off when we get off of this. But yeah, I do understand. But no, yeah.
I mean, everybody out there. I mean, find your match. You know, whatever you're into as far as sexual fetishes, fantasies, whatever the case may be. There's a lid for every pot. There's a shoe for every foot. Find somebody who is in alignment with your sexual energy, and then just rock out and just come everywhere. You know, paint the walls if you can. Do what you got to do. I mean, lick ass, eat pussy, make it happen.
All the above.
Everything.
Wow. I say something different, but not so much.
Well, go and say it.
Yeah, say what you're gonna say.
No, Troy says his thing. I would say fill her tummy with nuts and honey. That was always something that I liked.
I'm here for it.
Honey Nut Cheerios. Piff, and it don't look like that.
Yes, we trying to get the ladies to catch some vapors tonight. Let's do this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, definitely, ladies, if that's what you're into, that's what you want, you're protected or you're with your partner that you know them for a while, definitely go for it.
I have one last question. This is something that we haven't talked about in Ringside in a long time, and it hasn't been brought up here. For all the ladies, show of hands, how many ladies enjoy titty fucking? Don't be shy.
I love doing it, Lord.
Yeah. Yeah, raise it, Dr. H.
It's your department, boo-boo.
Raise it. Oh gosh, she's choking.
Ain't had nothing to drink.
Enjoyable. Like, come on. That's not something that's enjoyable for us. Like,
it's not?
No.
Why not?
Like, it's just like, okay, what is it's something that you would do to definitely please your partner. So if your partner is getting off, you may get aroused by the control that your body has over your partner, but it's not
vicarious thrill.
Not
vicarious thrill.
But Dr. H raised her finger though.
Like oh yeah, this is what I'm doing today. Woo-hoo. No.
But Dr. H raised her finger though. Dr. H, you raised your finger, so
sure did.
Yeah.
Agrees.
Yes, Lisa Johnson.
Okay, Lisa, correct me. I might be wrong, but
Dr. H said she put her finger up like she was in.
Enjoyment would come from the pleasure of your partner.
That's my answer.
Yes, Dr. H, you're absolutely right. You got to have some lubricant. You got to have something to, yeah, I agree.
I don't get it.
Yes, it is. When a woman is equipped enough, yes, it is an awesome feeling. It is fucking awesome.
Oh, look at her. We see the wiggle, Dr. H.
There you go. You go, girl.
Put the finger up. She put the finger up.
Yeah, put the church finger up.
Oh.
No, I just had to ask that. For some reason, it just kind of popped in my head. I just thought about titty fucking. And I'm like, okay, how many women out there are actually enjoying it? And
yeah, I don't get how women get off on it, but I love doing it. But
Dr. H.
How many? Personally, I'm gonna answer it. as far as whether or not it's about, I couldn't care less if I'm enjoying it. If you're enjoying it more than I am, hey, more power to you, Mazel Tov.
Can you explain to the viewers what fellatio is? It's not everybody knows these things.
Dr.
Yeah.
H, please explain your question.
Yeah.
You put it out there, boo.
I need Dr. H to come back to life.
Oh, she about to. She coming.
Dr. H, yes, no
Damn.
pun intended.
Daddy, well, now you know what.
Ain't no time out.
Babe. That's what you know. You know what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And then probably when quarantine ends, y'all need to hook up and get it over with.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it is tropical down here. Dr. H is just really tickled, huh?
Yeah.
I'm with Troy. We don't care what's the. We don't care if it's about us or not. I mean,
I wouldn't care. However,
a win is a win.
Basically, it's all sex on a man.
A win is a win.
Yeah.
I will say this: there is a woman who's going down, and you can tell she's enjoying it more than you are. It's proof that there is a higher power out there.
I was about to say, if she's enjoying it more than you are, I think that's a win.
That's a win. You need to wipe that, or
that's a win all day.
But yeah, you do occasionally you run across those women who actually do enjoy giving head, and it gives them more pleasure than the man. And I'm not gonna say that's a rare find, but when you do find it,
yeah, they're the ones you salute on Veterans Day.
Okay, because they did sacrifice a lot to make sure that we can have our freedoms.
Yes, indeed.
100.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It makes you want to tithe. So
it makes you want to tithe.
You are back at this tithing. What is with you and tithing?
Good old Veterans Day. Veterans Day all day. That was good.
Right. Y'all, it has been an enlightening conversation. Very titillating, like I said in the beginning.
Okay, that word. Really titillating. You okay? Got it. Mm-hmm.
It's been stimulating. It's been a great conversation about kink, and we done gone from kink to Black Planet to all kinds of interesting things at the town hall after dark. And Lord, we got dark. And I told you we was gonna get dirty, so you don't have to if you don't want to.
It got dark.
Look, real quick, I just want to give a quick shout out to this Angelica Maria. I don't know who she is. Her comment is
Candy and Lisa as well.
Yes. Big shout out to those ladies. I mean, you guys have given this town hall life tonight. So come back and join us again.
Absolutely.
I'm at full sale right now. So thank you so much.
TMI.
My bad. My bad.
So y'all, thank you for making tonight phenomenal. You all have been a great audience. And you all have made the Town Hall After Dark what it is at this time, because we done been out here exploring some of everything. If you want to get in on the conversation over at Ringside, it's on Facebook. You know, it's spicy.
Oh, don't forget to mention the letter.
Yes. And so what we want to do is, if there's something that you want us to talk about, if you're going through something that you want us to comment on, send us a letter. You can send a letter, and I'm going to put the email up. You can email us or DM me the letter. If you want to address the letter to one of the panelists, you can address it to Jeff. That's Jeff in the middle. That's Trey. Over the top left, right, whatever side you're looking at. Bottom left is Horace. Epiphany is down to the right. If you want to, you can feel free to email us at maturetalkonly
at gmail.com.
So yeah, it's been phenomenal. You guys have been great. So we want to get into things that you want to talk about. I think it's going to be amazing. You guys are already an amazing audience. It's some comments here. Somebody says that she's enjoying it more like she's worshiping the ping. Okay. Yes, Laurent, you missed all the good stuff. Catch the replay. It's worth it. Somebody says they love giving head. They believe it is mandatory. I know a guy who's, what is this? Let me see. I know a guy who said there was only one woman who was able to make him have a happy ending from fellatio. Is that rare? Good question.
No, because I it's hard for me as well. I finish by fucking.
I was gonna say, well, you have to understand that men get off by friction. So you got to be real good. That's a lot of friction happening.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize if I've been so shy this evening and have been talking much.
You what? Shy? You? No.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Nah, bro, you good.
I'm good.
No, do we have these conversations every day? No, our next town hall is on, I'll run the banner for you guys again. The next town hall is on Wednesday, May 20th, but feel free to catch the replays. We got a couple of them. I'll just keep playing them, reposting them so you guys can catch them. So we had some very interesting conversations here at the town hall. The town hall after dark is once a month, and then we have a regular town hall in between. So basically every other week you can catch us talking about some wonderful stuff. And yeah, so we appreciate you guys. Again, if you want to email us or you can DM me any letters, anything that you want us to address, maybe something you're going through, an experience or something that you want to, or maybe you want to, hit up one of the panelists, feel free to email us or you can DM me, feel free. And so, yeah, again, our next town hall is on Wednesday, May 20th at 7:00 p.m. Stay tuned for the topics that we're going to cover on that one. But yeah, it's been a great night. And yeah, y'all go relax, get take a cold shower if you need to.
My dog's trying to tell me to take me outside.
Yeah, I know. Drink some water, whatever.
Interactions with the people in the building.
Wait, what?
What?
He's going to have more interactions with the people in the building. They all take their dogs. Everybody in this building but me has a dog.
I don't like nobody here but you. You know that.
And on that note, you guys, have a wonderful night. Enjoy y'all's weekend. We hope we really sent y'all into the weekend with something to really think about and enjoy. And feel free to host watch parties and talk about this amongst yourselves. Feel free to do so. We appreciate y'all.
Everybody have a great weekend.
Good night.
Enjoy yourself, find your pleasure, eat some ass, and go tithe.
All of that.
I think it's 10%.
10%.
Of your net, what is it, net or gross?
Just send it to my Cash App. Like, really?
Yeah, all that.
I'm just gonna start posting my Cash App.
Hey, one more thing about that. On your birthday, do what I did. I just posted a post on Instagram, Facebook, and I said, everyone for my birthday, just send me $1 to $2. If you have a lot of followers, I had 312 people sent me at least $1.
Oh, that's nice. Cool.
That's smart.
And I made $600 just from that. And that was my drinking and turn up money for the weekend.
That's so cool.
Until Corona came. Yeah. But it's still sitting there. So when this shit is over, I'm having my party in New York. But I'm going to announce all that later.
After Corona, we have to have an event.
That's what I'm talking about. Oh, yeah.
We're going to have an event, right?
We're going to have a clothing optional event.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I enjoy it.
Somebody said the sister with the dreads and the guy with the blue shirt needs to date.
I don't think
who said that?
I'm not gonna tag you.
Tiffany,
Nikki Campbell.
I don't think you're ready for this.
Do you think we need to date?
I mean, the question is, are you ready to pay my bills?
I mean, no.
You're the man. You should be paying for bills.
Yes, but my services ain't free.
Yeah.
No. They said we should date, not
Oh,
pay your bills.
you mean like going out and going on dates? That's cool.
Troy said after the experience that you're gonna want to pay his bills, he charges by the pound.
I already told Troy what time it was with that. I told him we would fight.
We will find. Hey, Mr. Myth, Mr.
Make the best one win. And that's not like make the best one win.
He may have muscles, but he's gonna get to take some punches. I'm ready.
I don't mind. I'm like, hey, hit me where it counts.
Sounds like a date.
This sounds like this is more adult than I need to be involved in.
No,
my virgin ears can't handle this.
This is just group thing.
Ringmaster.
It's the group activity.
Listen, let me put it out there for the people. The way Dr. H played with her titties the other day, I did not. I was shook. She shut it down, people. She shut it down.
I forgot about that.
I don't know what she's talking about.
It was epic. It was, and Troy was like, what?
Yeah.
Clyde, I wish you would. I really don't do it.
Well,
I like Clyde.
Well, listen, flights are like
better.
$13.
$13 for what?
Flights are like
What's
$13
$13?
round trip.
Horace,
Flights.
there's just gonna be one day where you see a lot more than this part of me, and you'll understand that I don't need to fly anywhere to get none.
What the hell that had to do with the question? That had nothing to do with you.
I'm just letting you know.
Okay. I'll fly up.
Let the record show.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a day where you see more than this.
She
and
said what she
you're
said.
gonna understand that I don't need to fly anywhere to get none.
Yeah, but it had nothing to do with you. But okay.
Oh my God.
I think Epiphany likes putting you in your place, Horace.
I just think she just loved to put her claws out at times. Ever since the little makeup thing.
You say some asinine stuff, and it gets like it grinds my gears, and then I have to check you and let you know you all the way wrong.
I don't really like the check word. The check, I don't know about checking. No.
You don't feel like you were checked a little bit, boo?
For the sake of argument, I was checked, okay?
No.
For peace of mind. For peace of mind.
Find me now. I mean,
hell no.
It's okay. We good. I'll call you on the phone. I got your number. I can yell you out in just about 10 minutes, I'm sure.
I'm expecting it.
Hey, don't worry. I'm going to get your number. Don't worry.
Okay, black people.
And on that note, thank you all. We've had some wonderful moments, some laughs, and some intense fellowship. Yes, we are hilarious. We love you guys. Have a great night, and have some watch parties. Replay, and we'll see y'all at the next town hall Wednesday, May 20th.
May 20th is going down.
It's going down. I don't know what we got. I ain't figured that we ain't got that far yet.
We'll have 2 topics. I'll give them to you, Dr. H.
Oh, well, there you go. Y'all be ready. May 20th. We gon' it's gonna be lit. Y'all have a good night.
Good night.
All right, good night, everybody.
If it lets me stop it. Won't let me